Hey everyone, welcome. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create a function to work with lists. And the reason why we're doing this is because we often use codes to iterate through a list and do something. What if we could extract this functionality into a function and then just invoke that function whenever we need? That's what we're going to do today. So we'll create a function. We'll say def and we'll call it greet all. So def greet underscore all people, and then for person and people print hello plus person, and here friends equal, we're gonna name them K, comma, Lisa, comma, comma, Lisa, and Lauren. Lauren. And then we're gonna go ahead and say greet underscore all parentheses friends. And then we're gonna go ahead and run this. And as you can see at the bottom, it's saying hello Lisa, hello Lauren, hello Kay. So this concludes the part for the list, and then we're gonna swap to dictionary. So dictionary. So in this part, we're going to introduce the dictionary data type in Python. The dictionary is just a data structure to hold numerous elements, but not just individual elements by themselves like a list would work. Instead, it's key value pairs. So there's going to be an association between two pieces of data for each entry in this dictionary. So an example would be, for example, we're going to create emails equal. You save it to the dictionary by putting curly braces, and for the data, you put the key on the left with the colon and then the value on the right. So as an example, we're gonna say John, colon, and the email, which might be john@gmail.com. Don't forget your brackets. Okay. Sorry. So this is set to be the key, and this is set to be the value. So the email for John is this. We can add extra data by putting a comma and then putting other values. We can format it however we want. Let's just say we wanted to put all the emails on one line. We can create another one. Let's just bring John down, and then we can say Eileen, and then colon Eileen, Eileen at gmail.com, and then we can just go ahead. Don't forget to add this bracket. at the bottom. Make sure it is, yes, on this side. And then let's go ahead and not run it. Okay, so let's type print. And then we'll do emails. And then we'll go ahead and run it. So when we run it, as you can see, there's John at Gmail and there's Eileen at Gmail. So as you can see, there's a data on the left and data on the left and the right. The left is the key and the right is the value, key value pairs. So now the key has to be a data type that is hashable. Let's say we want to see what the hash of something would be. So we can say hash is a function that's available for us to use, and it returns to the hash values for a given object. What we can do, we can use an example like John, and then this is what's going to happen for the key for this dictionary. And then we'll print the output and see what it prints. And then when we run it, we see a value. So the point is we see a data being converted to a number. Using this number, the dictionary is going to decide where to store the data. So this is the key, which is hashed, and it determines where this gets stored. So let's imagine we have in memory 8 spots, and we can store 8 pieces of data. Okay, so it might look something like this. The hash of John modulus 8. We're going to run this, and then we get the value 7. This is where John would be stored in index 7. So a process like this is going to happen to determine where the data gets stored. We're not going to worry about this because everything is happening behind the scene, but the key here is to know that this is hashable, which the mutable data types are. A string is hashable, a tuple is hashable, or tuple if you pronounce it that way. Okay, so now that we talked about how a dictionary is used, let's talk about why we would use a dictionary. Obviously, if we need to associate two pieces of data, dictionaries were great. But there's actually another good benefit of using a dictionary, and that is the extremely fast speed to insert data and to retrieve data. Because of the way data is inserted and retrieved, the size of the list doesn't matter. The speed to get data in and out is the same. And this concept is known as big O of 1 or a constantine. Okay, now I'm going to show you 2 ways on how to retrieve data from an email. Okay, so for example, let's say I'm looking for an email. So I will say print email Eileen Eileen. Okay, so we're also going to use a if statement in order to find the email. So if Eileen in emails then let's run it. And then as you can see, it will print the email eileen@gmail.com. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about tuples. A tuple is collection which is ordered and unchangeable. They're useful for using together related data. So let's say we would like to create some sort of student record. We can create a tuple, take care of that for us. Let's say we would like to create a tuple for student. The process of creating a tuple is very similar to a list, but instead of using a set of square brackets, brackets to place all of the values within, we're going to use a set of parentheses. And now we can add a bunch of values related to this collection of students. So let's add some student information. Let's say that this student name is Lisa. Let's give her an age as well as a gender. So, and we're going to give her a gender, female. So as you can see, we now have a tuple called student. And let's take a look at some of the function related to tuples. We can access these functions by typing student dot, and then we have count, we have index. Okay, so now we're going to see how many times Lisa appears, and let's run this. And as you can see, Lisa only appears one time. So now we're also going to use the index method of we're going to type student dot index, and then this time around we're looking for female, and then we're going to put print, and then we're going to run this, and then it says 2, so 1 and 2. Another trick to tuple is that you can use the for loop. So for example, it'll display everything that's in the student tuple. So for X and student print X. And then we can run this and it will display everything. Or we can also use the if value. If Lisa and student print, what did I do? So in student print Lisa is here, okay, and then it printed it. And then this is a trick to use tuples. It's similar to list but not the same. Thank you for watching.